dark spectres, light anomalies and a phantom church organ player. Tonight we're at St James's Church and Graveyard.
Located near the centre of the small rural town of Hartlebury inside Worcestershire lies St James's Church and Graveyard. The church has been built and rebuilt many times during its long dramatic history, with its earliest mention dating all the way back to the 1086 Domesday Survey. The church was given to the monks of Worcester between 1096 and 1115 by a bishop by the name of Samson. Mysteriously, in the 14th century, this church was closed due to an unexplained murder. No one knows who the victim was, or even whether it was male or female, though it is widely believed the body still remains upon these grounds today. In St James's Graveyard there lays the remains of 5 former bishops of Worcester: Bishops Carr, Pepys, Hurd and 2 bishops Perrone, who were father and son, as well as soldiers from the First World War and the Boer War. Once upon a time in this graveyard there stood a large cross with a date 1666 written upon it. This was to commemorate the huge loss of life in the area caused by the bubonic plague. Sadly, this was torn down by the local farmers in 1839, as it was considered too large for the church grounds. At the bottom of this cross once stood stocks and a whipping post. Now the cross was removed. Was it the removal of this cross that has caused some of the unexplained ghostly activity that happens here, such as the orb of lights that appear above the gravestones, the apparitions people have seen, and strangest of all, the ghostly phantom music that's played from the church organ throughout the night?
Here are the 4 locked off cameras we'll be using throughout tonight's investigation. Camera 1 is facing the main entrance to St James's Church. Camera 2 is facing a sarcophagus with our trigger object Elizabeth rested upon it. Camera 3 is on the main path to the graveyard, facing the exit. And camera 4 is also on the main path to the graveyard, facing the church.
Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Tonight we are at St James's Church, and this is actually a church which is quite local to Nathan when he was growing up. It's actually where he had one of his very first paranormal encounters. So what actually happened to you?
Yeah, it was my first paranormal encounter.
It was your very first?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I recognise anyway. It was actually on the road just outside the graveyard, just over there. I was walking home one night, the early hours in the morning, and long before I was interested in the paranormal or understood it or even knew about it, to be honest, there was a man come past me on a penny farthing, which sounds like a crazy story, but totally oblivious to me. He was wearing like a Victorian style suit and a hat, and just sort of come flying straight past me early hours of the morning. It was obviously very dark, yet he was very visible, which is really peculiar, and he just seemed totally oblivious to me, just totally like I wasn't there. It's the one apparition that there is no doubt whether I saw it or not. It was for a prolonged period of time. It actually come down the road and pass me. The other thing I would like to add is there was no sound. It never struck me at the time, but there was no sound. There was no what you would expect from somebody riding a bicycle, or
just a visual image.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really hard to explain.
So,
really hard to explain.
Interesting.
It's actually given me the chills just thinking about it stood here. So with that being said, and obviously there's all other stories about this graveyard. Obviously it interested me when I was younger. After that happened, obviously looking into the paranormal, a lot of reports have come of this place. It's actually been in a few books. Apparitions have been seen by other people throughout the graveyard. Figures, orbs of light, but the most famous case is the actual church itself. Peculiar enough, the church organ is said to play itself throughout the middle of the night. We've got a few things planned tonight. We're going to try using some dowsing rods. We're going to form some EVPs, and we're going to have a little bit of a go at reproducing the Singapore theory a little bit. And
kinda.
yeah.
I suppose I'm going to go for a little bit of a mock burial.
You are going for a little bit of a mock burial, so we'll see what happens tonight. And with that said, I hope you enjoy the episode. Right guys, as we stated in the intro, this place is famous for the sounds that come from this building, the church organ. So I'm going to start the night as we normally do with a few EVPs. But hopefully, rather than a voice, we'll actually capture some music this time. Whee! Bat. And another bat. Okay, so we'll take that into consideration. Bat's literally just flown right over my head. That confused me a little bit.
Amazing.
Okay, so we'll start off. If there's anybody here with us tonight, could you please play us some of the music that so many people have heard? The music that's been documented here so many times. Play for us now as you once did when you were alive. How creepy would it be if it just started playing now?
I think I'd probably...
Is anybody here with us tonight? Could you please play us some of the music that so many people have heard? The music that's been documented here so many times. Play for us now as you once did when you were alive. Many years ago, I walked through this graveyard and out onto that very road. I saw a man on a bike, a penny farthing. Bikes with a big wheel on the front and a little one on the back. If you ride through here, as you once did in life, make a noise for us now. Tell us where you lived. Talk to us. We don't mean any harm. We don't mean any disrespect. We just want to communicate. What a strange noise that, but it didn't sound like a voice, it sounded like a hiss, but potentially
A hiss?
bat or something, yeah. It sounded like it come sort of from behind that camera, so to speak. It didn't sound like it come from...
What, in the actual graveyard itself?
Potentially in those trees, so it could be wildlife, to be fair.
Okay.
Also, like I said, this location does... brings back memories a little bit of what, you know... Obviously that was terrifying for me, so...
We were only young, weren't we?
Yeah.
onto that very road. I saw a man on a bike, a penny farthing. Bikes with a big wheel on the front and a little one on the back. If you ride through here, as you once did in life, make a noise for us now. Tell us where you lived. Talk to us. We don't mean any harm. We don't mean any disrespect. We just want to communicate. I heard like a very quiet, like a sort of thing.
Or whistle.
Almost like a, but it sounded like it could be wildlife to me. It didn't sound. It sounded how I would expect a bird or a bat.
Okay.
If I'm honest,
We've
I
already had
will
bats.
review it.
Yeah, we'll review that.
We'll review it, but it did sound very, you know. Also, I'd like to point out there is a road in the distance, which is quite difficult to hear with your hearing, but with these, I can tell it is picking up the road ever so slightly in the difference.
Yeah. Well, there's
there's a very slight sort of in the distance, obviously, which is the road. So
yeah.
We need to take that into consideration.
Well, those digital recorders that we've got are they're set on the highest quality mode, to try and eliminate.
It's important to take note of that because so many EVPs that people catch. Not trying to say to anybody, but obviously after reviewing equipment and settings, and we do know that a lot of EVPs that groups catch are to do with the quality settings on the EVP recorders.
Yeah, the lower the bit rate, the easier it is to make words out, I suppose.
So nobody take offence, but it is well worth checking. Okay. I can hear something going on around there.
Let's go and
obviously it sounded like something was thrown initially, but then there was also another noise like a shuffling.
Let's walk over there and do an EVP over there.
Just have a quick look around here.
We'll go to the source of the noise.
Obviously watching our Trinity Grange.
Yeah. Right, so we've just come to the area where we've both heard different noises. We've heard a scratching and what sounded like a bit of a tapping or a bang.
I heard like a scratching. It sounded like shuffling feet after that to me.
Shuffling feet, okay.
Right. Ooh. Did you hear what sounded like a bicycle bell then?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Seriously?
I did.
That's not just me.
Right.
So obviously we've got to be careful because my subconscious here is going to pick things up because I've seen something here before.
Yeah.
So I want to keep it as legitimate as possible. Obviously there is the potential.
Could be a real biker.
Yeah, it could be.
Because
obviously, being that close, you'd have thought you'd have seen a bike or a light or something.
Yeah, but it did sound like a bicycle bell.
It did. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just me then. That's cool. Do you ever get a feeling? There is a word for it. And I can't think what it's called. But when there's somebody around you, it's almost like a sixth sense.
Kinda.
For example, if you were sat in a room,
when you know there's someone behind you.
I entered the room, but you didn't hear me and didn't see me.
Yeah.
But you felt like there was someone there.
Yes.
That is exactly how I feel like here. I feel like
in this area.
In this area. In fact, I think I got goosebumps. I feel like there is somebody here. Literally, it's creeped me out a little bit, as you can probably tell.
A little bit. That's probably down to the story that you've had as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll bear that in mind.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I think I just heard a bit of like a whistle.
There's a lot of noises. A lot of noises. Right. Me and Brian have been hearing sounds since we started here. We've heard a bell. We've heard something that sounded like something was thrown.
Footsteps.
Scratching. The scratching was particularly strange because it did sound like it was coming from a grave. And I feel like there's someone with me here now. I feel really on edge. By no means am I a medium or anything like that, but I do feel as if there was a real person stood here with me. It's really strange. So please, if you are stood here with me,
Let us know you're here stood with us. Let us know if you don't want us here. We don't mean to cause anyone harm or disrespect or insult anyone's religion. Please, let us know. Speak into this device I'm holding. I heard something behind me again then.
Yeah, I thought.
Did you?
Yeah.
I only thought it's whether it's a tree or what, but...
Could be, because there is a lot of that, obviously,
but
around you, but at the same point, there's, like I was trying to say, there's like a variety of sounds coming in here.
The bell and the scratching's weirdest to me. The scratching was...
But that was a bit random.
Yeah.
We've been hearing sounds since we started here. We've heard a bell.
Dying to pick up an EVP here, I really am.
Something that sounded like something was thrown.
So many people ask me about this place.
Particularly strange.
I'd love to be able to prove that there is something here and the stories are not all fake.
I feel like someone with me here. I feel really on edge. By no means am I a medium or anything like that, but I do feel as if there was a real person stood here with me. It's really strange. So please, if you are stood here
What?
with me,
What? What's the matter?
let us know you're stood with us.
What's
Let us
the,
know if you don't want to see
what's the matter?
Stop this.
What's the matter?
Give me the camera. Give me all I can see is... Give me the camera.
You just gave me a heart attack.
Mate, I could have sworn there was some fucker stood there then.
You sure?
Mate, straight up, I thought it was like a fucking vicar or something.
What did he look like? Or...
I just saw like a fucking bloke stood there. I know, obviously, I know you got the gravestones there, those two. It's like there was a bloke stood there.
What was your reaction then?
Mate, I was obviously stood there with the EVP device going, and I thought there was just somebody stood there watching us. Mate, that's... Look at my fucking arms. Goosebump, well, I probably can't see tonight, there's no goosebump, what the fuck? Mate, there was someone stood there.
I don't even think I got your face in that, but your face told a picture.
Right, okay, so a really weird one. I was halfway through playing the EVP, and looked like there was basically someone stood behind and to the left of Brian, about here, just sort of stood there staring at us.
By the building?
Yeah, no, here, literally here.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I'll stand where? Yeah,
That close?
that close. But all I could see was like a black mass. It just looked like a tall bloke. I thought maybe, I don't know, it was one of the vicar here or reverend, whoever it is, has
Right.
come to investigate or something. But literally, obviously, because it was so close, it startled me. I thought, fucking hell, best explain what we're doing here, you know what I mean?
I was going to say.
That's what I was trying to say. But because obviously it's dark, I wanted the camera to see through the night vision, but you had it pointed at me.
You've never halted you never stopped an investigation like that?
I genuinely thought it was a real person. I didn't think it was, then that's a vibe I've been getting in this place.
Yeah.
I've been feeling like there's someone next to me.
I can tell you're a bit on edge. I reckon it's probably because of all the past experiences that you've had in this area.
Potentially, but that was strange. That was very strange. There is a car park in the distance over there, and it sounds like there's some people in the car playing music. So we'll head over to the far area of the graveyard, out the way, by where I saw the penny farthing, closer to that area, to avoid the noise pollution, and carry on with our investigation there.
Right guys, so what we've done is we've moved now into the central area of the graveyard. We're on the main path which steps all the way through, and what we're going to try here is we're going to try a few different experiments. We're going to use the K2 meter, and we've got the Ovulus device which I'm just switching on now, and we'll see if we can pick up any words during the course of this investigation. What I want to do first is call out. I'm going to turn the K2 meter on, as you can see. And what I'd like to do is call out, please, to any spirits who are present in this graveyard with us tonight, if your presence remains in this church, please could you let us know by lighting up this device in my left hand, or my right hand should I say, or giving us a word on the ovulus. If there's any messages that you can bring to us please tonight, please let us know. You walk towards the light which is illuminated in my hand please, the green light. Can you walk towards it? Can you touch it? If you touch this device, it will light up and it will show us that you're here. I'd like to know who's responsible for playing the church organ in the middle of the night. If it's a spirit who resides here, could you please let us know? Could you please tell us on either one of these devices by affecting them? Church bells?
Yeah, it's the church bells. You scared the shit out of Brian. I mean, your heart's sat there, mate?
A little bit. Just a bit. Nothing as of yet. Can you light this device up please, if you don't want us to be in this graveyard? If we're disrespecting you? Can you come and touch this device and try and take it out of my hands? Do something to it to tell us if you don't want us here. See shadows, but it's just stones. Your eyes plays tricks on you.
That's the one thing with graveyards, because of the amount of stones, gravestones, and the height of them and stuff.
Yeah.
It does play tricks with your eyes, doesn't it?
It does. Go on, me and Nathan are not here to hurt or disrespect anyone who resides in this graveyard. We're interested in the stories. We want to know who plays the church organ in the middle of the night. Ran.
You are joking.
I've got the word ran.
Oh, ram. You
Yeah.
said ram.
No.
I was going to say, with everything that's going on tonight, that can't be the word I want to hear.
Got the word ran, as in ran away? Or does this mean run, perhaps? Is this a warning? To leave? I did ask if there's anyone who doesn't want us here to let us know. Are you trying to tell us to run?
There's a story that somebody was murdered here in the 14th century. You were trying to run away when you were murdered.
If it was you who was murdered here, can you please give us a signal, a very clear signal?
Light up the device that Brian's holding.
As I said earlier, come towards me, try and take this device out of my hand, knock it out of my hand. So what we're going to do now, we've done a K2 session and an ovulus session, and we haven't had much yet. So we're going to further this experiment, and we're going to use the familiarization theory, or the Singapore theory, as it's also known. And it's basically replaying something which may trigger a memory. So reacting now to something which would have once happened. So as we're in a churchyard.
I'd like to add our thought of this one.
Yeah, this is Nathan's idea.
This is like Nathan's sixth sort of route, this one.
Basically.
Yeah.
As this is a churchyard, obviously you do get a lot of happy occasions, but as we are here investigating the paranormal, it's not so much weddings, it's more so funerals. So that is what we're going to kind of try and do, I suppose.
Yeah, we might look a little bit strange, you in a wedding dress here, so...
Yeah,
probably. I don't know whether I've done you a favour or not, yeah.
I suppose that would be the more scary thing to actually look at in this video, to be honest, but I suppose what we're going to do, we're going to try and do some reenacting of slightly religious things, and also we're going to try a little type of burial, funeral type thing if you like. So I'm going to go for a lie down whilst the Lord's Prayer is actually being played, and at the same time what we're going to do is I'm going to hold the K2 in my hands. I'm going to be calling out as well. Right, I'm laying on the gravestones on the edge of the graveyard. I'd like to call out if there's any spirits with us, if there's any people, persons who want to communicate, anyone around or beneath me. Now's your time. Please do something to me, Nathan. Whisper something into the camera, or affect the device I'm holding in my hand, please. I've also got an Ovilus device. If you walk towards this,
What does that say?
Family.
Interesting word.
Spelt slightly differently as well.
Ask it's come to.
Family. Is there a family who wishes to communicate, or are you a family member?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Of your old and that our but years in the other of your servant, which is blessed, stan civil, such niggas have such love we refuse, such serving it is now, yes, it's serving. This is surgical. Must be going well. Mark with Nishka. And that is Bora. The fence hog. Alpha.
Well, that was the Lord's Prayer. A lot of you may recognise that spirit. Any of you repeat any of that to us? Right guys, so we've just done the mock burial, we've done K2 and we've done EVPs. So one thing we want to try now are Dowsing Rods. Now we thought this would be a great location for Dowsing Rods because it's quite a vast location with many graves around and a lot of unanswered questions I think still. So earlier on the Ovilus we had words that come up, what was it, run, family. So we had the word family come up on the Ovilus device, the word family. This relates to you and a family member of yours. There's a family member of yours buried in here. Please, can you cross these rods to signify for me, please? That's weird.
That's weird.
That, whoa, okay. Thank you very much. That's weird.
That's weird.
That, whoa, okay. Thank you very much.
It's interesting because we didn't really buy into Dowsing Rods.
No. Okay, so a family member of yours is that I've gone freezing cold. A family member of yours is buried in here, is that correct? Can you confirm again for me please by crossing the rods? Didn't expect that. Please spirit cross the rods.
What's that say?
Fuck was that?
What's the other said, mate?
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
That's really interesting.
Okay. Does this mean that we have disturbed you? Are we disturbing you? Can you again make the rods cross? If the answer is a yes, please, mate.
Yeah.
Crossed.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
It's important to note now, we don't wish to disturb anybody. We don't wish to cause any harm or any ill feeling. We're here out of respect. We'll be leaving soon. Our investigation's nearly come to a close. We thank you for everything you've given us tonight. Brian would like to ask just a couple more questions.
So spirits, using these rods, could you please point both of these rods in the direction of where you're buried, or where your family member, should I say, is buried, if you're relating this to a family member. Can you please cross them in the same direction? Can you please point them? Okay. They've...
Yeah, they both keep turning this way.
That way.
Look. Yeah, this is exactly it. Martin Fruitless Rendell.
We've barely gone in. Spirit who we're communicating with, can you please confirm this is the spirit of Martin, please, by crossing the rods in my hands again? That is unreal.
That's really
I never... Can you uncross them, please, Spirit? I've never bought into Dowsing Rods.
Mate, it's exactly how I feel with the pendulum. Like, I've never sort of...
But we used these at Lilleshall, and they didn't work.
There you go, look at the pendulum. We used it at Hagley Woods. We've got nothing.
Martin, we had the word disturbed. Are we disturbed? Oh, I suppose we are stood right next to him. Martin, is there any way you can show us that you're here, please? Can you say something to us or do something? Do you want us to leave, Martin? Again, can you, for a yes, can you cross the rods, please? Don't mean any harm.
You cross the rods for us, Martin, we'll leave.
Very faint. It's crossing, but it's very faint. No, it's going. They're crossing.
See from this angle.
They're getting stronger.
Right. I think we should certainly leave this area. We're getting, we're getting responses clear. They've asked us to leave.
Yeah. Martin, we're going
to be respectful.
We're going to respect your wishes. Thank you for communicating with us, and we're sorry we've caused any problems, disturbance. But thank you.
Thank you for your responses. Right guys, that concludes our episode at St James's Church and Graveyard. It's been a strange night. We've suffered a little bit tonight with contamination from different things, cars going past and passers-by going past, etc. So we probably haven't seen the full potential of St James's Graveyard. We will be returning here at some point to a live, hopefully. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. With that said, this is obviously the end of Series 3. We've had a great time as always. It's been a little bit spaced out Series 3 because we've had a lot going on in our personal lives, as some of you know. So yeah, we apologise for that. But going forward, we've got Series 4 coming up. We've got some big locations coming up. And before that, we've got our bonus episode coming up.
Which we're really both looking forward to.
Which we're really looking forward to. We're taking a bit of a different approach to our bonus episode, and it's it's one that's got us a bit nervous already, and not just us. That's all I'm going to say on that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you very soon with some more vlogs, with some more lives, some mini episodes. Obviously, we'll stick to our main episodes that will be coming out as well. And until next time, keep seeking the truth.